Yeah, hi, my name is Akhilesh and I welcome you all to the Tech Shot Show. Today we have Mr. Anil Menon to share his experience on what it is like taking the charge when the pandemic is in full force, when organizations, leaders were still contemplating what not to do. Anil is based out in Cochin, Kerala and is head of information technology at Lulu Group, India. He has 18 plus years of professional experience and has worked with some of the big retail firms. Anil is extremely passionate about technology to provide business solutions to accelerate the growth. Welcome to the show, Anil.
Hi, Akhilesh, and this is Anil here. We are from the Lulu Group India, so it's now named as Lulu Group, Lulu International Shopping Malls Private Limited. While the group is very well present in globally, from Middle East and other parts in the world, very much focused for India because with a large plans to with a very focused approach to India as a geography because it's the most upcoming market globally, right? With a very manner of malls, hyperstores, fashion, white goods, uh, logistics. Most of them are now being worked by Lulu Group. We are currently present in India, in Cochin, Kerala, as Lulu Malls. We have a couple of malls coming up over the period of this year in a couple of quarters. And we are also working on the hypermarket expansions and other factors. So very focused approach to India with a large conglomerate working out from the Middle East and UAE, Abu Dhabi being the headquarters. We are looking at a larger Welcome India plan for us.
So let's begin the discussion. Tell me how difficult was it to move from one organization to another during the full lockdown? Please share your some of the experience.
Oh, that's a classic question and a love that question. With the pandemic, so happened that I joined Lulu Group very recently, say in 6 to 7 months back, and it was a time where we got some leeway from the phase wave one, and we were getting into wave two, so-called wave two as of now. Uh, while moving parting from my previous organization was a bit of challenge because we never saw each other for almost a year. But with Lulu Group, because we are in essentials, grocery, hypermarkets, and so on and so forth, they were working from the office itself. So walking down here, getting to know each people, looking at face to face and having a discussion was good. It was a welcome change, if I have to say. But relocating was a challenge, but it just went by.
But share some of the technology experience, like when you joined in. People were working from home. There's a lot of pressure on the internal infrastructure like other companies. So share on that part also. You shared on the personal
Sure,
experience part, but not on the business part.
sure. From the business part of view, while I came from an organization which was born on cloud, and we had this whole concept of working from office and working from store and so on and so forth. Here the culture was a bit different. People are working from workplace because of the essential need of it. Staffs where few of them were working from home. It was not a 100% working from home kind of situation. So coming from that place and coming here and looking at people and trying to get them work from home more and more basis the fluid situation which was there, what was quite a challenge. But it seemed people were accepting the digital form of working. So kind of challenging, but a very say it brought in some innovations for us from the new culture standpoint of view. Having VDIs, making sure that they have proper bandwidth, and so on and so forth.
So the pandemic has forced companies to relook into their business models and strategies. How did the shift from a traditional face-to-face model to digital work from home culture happen? And because you have seen both during the pandemic where people are coming and people were still at their home. So you can share some interesting insights on this, I believe.
Sure. So the very first instant was how do I work virtually? The first question, because people who were born on cloud had that a maturity level which was higher, right? If I have to say, on the digital platforms, we're used to it. We're used to using Teams, or we're used to working from remote places. But suddenly, in the new culture where traditional way of working was in place, people had queries: how do I work with my friends? Because I knew them sitting just next to me and talking to them and getting things work. And how do I do it on Teams? So that was quite a I may not call it a challenge, but that's a phase. Well, there was a lot of training imparted to them, education. A lot of queries were resolved, right? They were very, the queries range from X, say from A to B completely, right? In the sense, how do I switch on Teams? To, what, if I am on Teams, how do I make sure that I share a file? And all the training aspects were taken care of. And how we went by this is, we tried to put in a lot of practical scenarios in place with the training, with the training also. So we actually made them sit on the other side and start doing a Teams call with us, right? And then we took them through a complete 2 to 3 hour journey, and on a group manner, if you have to say, because if I get too many people into one, the whole training dilutes, right? In such scenario, when there is a pandemic, there is some scare, there is multiple personal level, professional level, all of them are going through some sea changes. So with this aspect, we put a very focused group training for each vertical, each department, and asked them how to, or in fact took them to the journey of how to move to a virtual way of work. But also having said that, I have to put the point saying that we also made it a hybrid culture. When I say hybrid culture, taking someone out from his environment and trying to put him somewhere else may affect the productivity, was our thought. So we gave them a flexibility of coming and going back, depending on the place, the isolation, where they're working from, and also keeping the office open with complete safety and measures, to make sure that we had minimal people in the office, but people were allowed to have an alternate day of working and so on.
So what were the challenges with the distributed workforce, and did you overcome them, or still overcoming it?
As I said, yes, we are overcoming it. We have not said that we have completely overcome it, because it is a sea change. It's a digital change in the mindset. So that's a cultural change. We are in the path. We are in two ways in the path. Let me talk to it in two manners, right? One is a technical part of it. How do you make that ecosystem is available for them to do what they want to do, right? Say moving from an only on-prem way of working to a hybrid way of working, saying keeping some of the workloads on cloud, taking the cloud journey, and making sure also your data centers, which are right away on-prem, are also supporting them, right? That's one part of it. The second part of it, how do you bring security around this whole part and make sure that they are also educated around the security piece of it, because security was taken as it is there when you're in an organization. But when you move ahead and you're working from an isolation part of it, or a remote location, the terms of security or the elements of security changes. There's a shift in the environment, right? So we took them to an educational phase around this part, and then made sure that they are given proper support and services at their location, and also given them enough of aids to make sure that they are virtually able to work on the elements they used to work on. Wherever they face some issues in terms of operating a particular application, or they are not able to do something, they've been called to office, or we are sending our teams to their locations to make sure that they are comfortable in what they are working with. One of the clear aspects which came up very loudly from this is a huge trust factor was created around the whole cultural system. It was not, everyone had this in the industry, had a thought, while people are working from away, the productivity may go off, and so on and so forth. How do I make sure that he's working and he or she is on his desk, and so on and so forth. So that's now moved into more, a trust factor has come up heavy. There are more collaborative tools which have been put into place, and it is in such a way that it's having a limit. It's not passing on the limit and getting into a personal space. So that's where we work around. and that's where the whole culture has been now built up.
So just you discuss about the trust factor. So along with trust, there's also an employee experience when he or she comes to office, So how you ensure that, and along with that, what were the challenges and about business continuity you faced, and how you overcome them?
Perfect. That's very well said, because people now talk about only customer experience. Employee experience is secondary, was secondary, but now I suppose the industry is looking at employee experience as one of the very key point of working, right? And that translates to customer experience also. So having said that, what we try to do is, while you're working remotely, we miss this whole ecosystem of human interactions, right? Here, what we try to bring in is a hybrid culture, asking them to be in office at times, getting them be there, giving them tools and mechanisms to make sure that they only do not have a formal chat or a formal interaction with their peer group and bosses and the working culture, but also have an informal way of working, having some games planned around the HR team has a lot of initiatives around that to make sure that their wellness has been taken care of. Also being vocal about what are the safety measures they should be going through, what are the aspects they should be looking in their surroundings when they come to work, what should be the ways of working. So all of that safety measures have been called out specifically. We also make sure that is a team interaction on a very frequent basis. It depends on department to department, but you always have this. And from just being a blank screen, a dark screen, to having a video call was encouraged with them. So this brings a connect to your employees, right? And this has taken its toll, but also it's given its advantages for the employees to make sure that they have enough of a work-life balance or a family time and so on and so forth, and making sure that we introduce so largely most of the industry players are introducing this fact of me time or a break kind of thing. Let me not call it a break, but spend your time in the most appropriate manner you can. It should not be always meetings and so on and so forth. So I would take a say for example a day where there's no meetings, right? There are slots which they say, and at this slot you're not supposed to disturb this person. So you mark it on a calendar and keep it so that culture passes on. Or because being from home, we tend to call them up on a lunchtime and after 6 and so on and so forth. To bring that as a culture, or to embed this into the team, was something which we worked on.
And of course, there was a lot of pressure on the enterprise technology system and the technology entire infrastructure. So many firms in India are building, data centers and campus facilities to strengthen their IT capabilities. So please share some insights on this.
Sure, and that's very classy, because today the whole world is talking about digitization and people are talking about cloud, and there are people who are either on-prem because the nature they were in, which cannot be. There was a huge investment around that, and there is something to work around it. People are now started working on a hybrid model. So when I say hybrid model, while their core systems are still on-prem because it's the way it is, and or having a migration completely around this time of period may or may not be a challenge because of the agility, the legacy systems and so on and so forth. But people are now also taking a journey of having cloud for their newer tools, or if I have to say, the new tools which are coming into their ecosystem, while their own data center serves their on-prem and legacy systems in a very heavy manner. They're trying to bring a synergy between and this hybrid version of having a data center and also having a cloud. The cloud will do your work for all your scalability and other factors, but your core systems will still be your on-prem systems. Now, when I say on-prem system, you're not only confining the thought was that you're confining yourself to this premises, but with the OEMs and other players in the market, they are helping this on-prem customers to make sure that they also leverage cloud, or they also manage this as a private cloud. So that's a huge collaboration between the OEMs and the customers to make sure that their on-prem data centers are also working as a private cloud for themselves.
So that is all for today, Anil, and I hope I'll soon catch up with you for similar conversation, and hope we'll have some insight discussion post-pandemic as well. And
Sure.
once again, thanks for your time, and we wish you best of luck for your new journey that you have recently started. Thank you once again.
Sure. Thanks, Akhilesh. Thanks for having me. Thank you.